I must admit, I don't remember anything from the first Ace Attorney I checked out. So let's get into this one. Okay, sorry for the naming pronunciation that I'm about to butcher, but we're starting off with Asogi Kazuma, Samurai with a Mission. I like the intensity of it already. There are some really cool instruments in there. At first it was just like a regular old orchestra. There's an intensity in the build of those violins there. Like, the only long sustained notes have typically stayed towards the back so far, apart from right now, of course, because as we know, when I speak, things change. But like, the intensity of the short and quick notes just kind of bam, 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 just puts a little bit more pressure on, you know? I like it a lot, and I've been told that this is pretty much like, there's a couple of tracks that I'm listening to today that basically loop. So I think I've got the gist of this one, because this is one of the ones I was told might loop a little bit. I like it. It's pretty simple, but it holds a lot of purpose behind it. I like it a lot. Thank you to Karori for the suggestions for today's video, as well as Sakuna, Leaves, and X-Eccentric for being members. If you guys want to become a member for $4.99 a month, then you get to find out what I'm doing before anyone else does and recommend themes for that video, which will then get into the video, and then you get shouted out in that video, and then you get early access to watching it as well. That's pretty cool. And members are also getting my full episode reactions to Has Been Hotel right now, which does include my reactions to all of the songs. And after Has Been Hotel, I'll be taking a couple weeks break, and then I'll be starting up Hell of a Boss as well. And then who knows where we'll go after that. It's going to be a lot of fun, so if you're interested, then please consider it. If not, like, subscribe, it's totally free. I want to hit 30k this year. I really want to do it, and I think we can get there with your help. So yeah, let's carry on. Moving on to Tobias Gregson, the enemy of Great Detective. Oh. Accordions make me typically think of, like, it's quite stereotypical in French music, like in French stereotypes. I like the use of it though. The horns versus what I do believe is an accordion is really cool. This does kind of give off the vibe of, like, this is someone that you're not friends with. Maybe not full enemies, maybe more like rivals. That's the vibe. I might be wrong. It is called The Enemy of the Great Detective, so it might very well be an enemy, but it feels more like a rivalry. I like it though. Really chill. Obviously, I know that Ace Attorney, the idea is that it is in a courtroom. Obviously, it is a bunch of court cases. But, like, you know, that's, as far as I'm aware, the main mechanic is that you're trying to win court cases. So I think the vibe is very good. It very much fits. I like the idea that whenever, like, this character, Tobias, I assume he's called, is speaking, this is what plays anytime he speaks. So you hear this and you're immediately like, oh no, it's him, you know. That's the vibe. Or maybe you're like, oh my god, it's him! I don't know. Forgive my voice crack there. But I like it. It's a good vibe. We now move on to Barak van Zieks. Sorry. Grim Reaper of the Great Court. Okay, predictions. Morbid. Haunting. Purely based on the fact that this person is obviously being described as a Grim Reaper. An organ. No, not an organ, a harpsichord. And an organ. No, I'm hearing them both. And bells. Typically associated, obviously, with like an organ, a harpsichord, and bells. Typically a church, and obviously church can very much be related to something morbid because of funerals and such. Interesting. I mean, obviously churches are related to many sort of different things. You can, you know, do the complete opposite. You can get married at a church. You can, you know, obviously you can go there to pray. There's all sorts of reasons to go to a church, but a funeral is one of them. I really like that it is predominantly a harpsichord. It's such a fascinating instrument. Oh, those strings are gorgeous. The vibe I get from this, based on what I know of the game, is that I can only imagine this person bursts in the middle of a case and throws a huge spanner in the works for you. Like, you think it's already getting a bit tough, you're like, okay, no, I can do this, I can push through, it's a little bit tough, but I'm doing it, I'm getting there, and then suddenly, like, the doors burst open, and in comes this man, and in comes this theme, and suddenly your face goes pale, and you're like, I've lost 100%, I have lost this case. That's the atmosphere of it. That's what I really like to dive into, is the atmosphere. Because I'm really not too technical minded when it comes to music. Very much go more off of what I feel. And I think that's a lot more relatable for some people. Oh, the little tiny bells. It's like a xylophone, maybe? It's like a xylophone. Ding, 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 ding. There's a hint of playfulness to it. Because at the end of the day, the Grim Reaper, this is his job. And sometimes you've got to have fun in your job. A lot of people get confused when you think of something a bit morbid being quite playful and having some sort of like cheeriness to it. I think back to The Dance Macabre, which is a piece by Camille Saint-Saëns, which is it's a very classic piece. A lot of people know The Dance Macabre, and it's the idea of like skeletons rising from their graves at night and dancing. Because there is always some sort of joy in death for some people, and you know, I like that it's giving that perspective of it, that side. I've talked throughout this whole theme. I'm really sorry, everyone yells at me when I talk through the whole theme, and I've literally talked through the whole thing. But I'm really enjoying it, and when I really enjoy it, I want to talk, you know? The bells are very ominous, very foreboding. I really like this. I love those the little bells, they're gorgeous. Really nice theme, I really liked that. Moving on to Confess the Truth, adventure version. Confess! Oh yeah, I love the use of the organ again. Really intense this time. The swelling of the other instruments as well. makes things a little bit louder, a little bit more intense. Oh. I just love the idea of being in a courtroom and just being like, confess. I know it was you who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. Confess to your sins! Or face execution. I love the smoothness of the strings as well. Like, just the little... that slide is really nice. Bum, 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 bum. I like that. And stop everything because, oh, we're getting there. I liked that. That was good. That almost felt like a bit of a loop. I think that might have looped. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not actually. I'll sit and wait. Because that felt like the moment where the music would stop. And suddenly it would be, yes, it was I. I stole the cookie from the cookie jar. And I do it again, you know. Something silly. Probably not that silly. Probably a little bit more intense. Yeah, it's definitely had a little bit of a loop. I really like it though. Very intense. Very in your face. If you're in that seat being told to confess and this is playing, then you're just like, yeah, that's it. I'm done for. I guess I'm done. Okay. Bye. Like, that's just it. Really good thing. Moving on to his glorious return. Oh. The brass makes it feel very epic. Oh, I like the pizzicato strings. That's just when they like pluck. They just plunk, 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 plunk the violin strings. Okay, this is like a journey. I mean, the word return would imply that someone left has just come back. And it must be quite the moment. It's really mellow. Which makes me think it's like a character who has just come, like, burst in and just is gonna save the day, is gonna fix everything, and suddenly life is good again. This is the vibe that I get as someone who has no idea what's going on. It's really simplistic. There's not too much happening right now. I quite like that though. I love all the sound effects, like the twinkly sound effects are always so nice. I really like that. That was really pretty. Next up is a Prosecutor Reborn. Oh. Is this maybe a prosecutor who failed so much that they left in shame and is now been revitalized. Oh. The harpsichord is back. And I love it. I love this harpsichord. I wonder if the times that I've heard the harpsichord, if each time it's because it's the same character that the theme is centered around. Or if that character is somehow involved. Because you do find that in some game OSTs, there will be certain instruments or certain motifs that only appear when a certain character is there. Like they have a signature. And so I wonder if the harpsichord is someone's signature, or if it's just everywhere. Who knows? It's just in like, it might just be in everything. I don't know. Well, not everything, but you know, most of them. I like it though. Hello, beautiful cello. How you doing? Bit of call and response there with the cello and the violin. I like that. The freaking harpsichord! I can't get enough of it. You don't hear it often, so I love it when I do hear it. Do that again. Oh, I was hoping they'd stop it again. I like stuff like that. A sudden stop. Like a sudden hit. I like this. This does give me rejuvenation vibes. A purpose to carry on sort of thing. I like that a lot. I really do. Partners. The game is afoot. Why can't the game be a hand? I know! I'm so funny. What's this? What's that? Let's actually listen, shall we? The percussion's cool. Really cool. Oh! Oh! I love these violins. Call and response. I like that. I love a bit of call and response. Oh, I hear the really high violin in my left ear. This one. Obviously it mirrors, but it's really high. It's a whole octave jump. Like, you thought the main melody was high, and then it takes an octave up to jump up. Like, that's high. I like it. And everything comes away. Bit more conversation between the two strings. And the accordion's back! I heard the accordion in Tobias's theme, because I have my list of themes next to me. In Tobias's theme, we heard the accordion, I think. Who I said was like a rival. Well, that was the vibe. Are we now working together? Because this theme is called Partners. Oh, it stopped. Oh, I got scared then. I was like, this is like a 4-minute theme. Why has it stopped? Are we working together now? Is that the idea? That us as the protagonists are now working with our enemy? I like that idea that maybe, you know, the two of you have had to come together. I love this. Almost sounds like tap dancing. Oh, We're back to them. They're like clackers. That violin, oh my god. I love all these little solos that we're getting. The really high violin is back, the octave jump that I spoke about. It's really quiet, but you can pick it out. And the accordion, I love the accordion so much. I love that I've heard so many instruments that I don't hear often. I love it. Like all these instruments that I feel like I wouldn't normally hear together work so well together. I really like it. Adding layers, putting more in, take it all away. End. Perfect. Actually perfect.